Hi, my name is Amy Matthews, and this is my LIS Capstone portfolio video where I will discuss my experiences here at UNCG's Library and Information Studies Department. I will go over each student learning objective and how I've met each one, and also discuss my major accomplishments here in the past 2.5 years at UNCG. Enjoy. Student learning objective number 1, the philosophy, principles, and ethics of libraries. I've discussed my 3 main principles for the philosophy and ethics of libraries. My first principle was that information is for use. This is built off of Ranganathan's principle that books are for use. I've extended the word books into all information since books are not our primary form of information anymore, but also extend to all sorts of outlets such as media and internet. With this in mind, we must maintain equitable access as librarians and create unbiased collections. My second principle is that libraries provide information. We must maintain intellectual freedom and make sure that we realize our importance to democracy in maintaining that access to information. The third principle is that the library should serve its community. In this, we must understand that we must serve our community first and create information that is relevant to our community. Therefore, we should build our collections for the community and the users and make sure that they use it. If they are not using it, it's probably because our collection is not built for them, and we must make sure we do that. Student learning objective number 2 is research. I did lots of types of research here at UNCG, and my first was in my foundations class, where I did an action research project focusing on student users and the effectiveness of their experience. What I did is I educated them on the Dewey Decimal System, and I found that this positively impacts their library experience. My second research project was creating a bibliography or a wiki where I collected resources for librarians to help them improve adult literacy in their public library. My third way of conducting research is where I collected resources for one's patron information's needs in a reference interview, and I did this over a semester. My fourth research project was actually a collection of different kinds of technologies. I did one research project for Facebook, another one for Edmodo, and another one for Blacklight. I researched these various technologies for their use in the libraries. Let's move on to student learning objective number 3, user education and information literacy. I have 5 examples of this through my experience here at UNCG. The first one is the reference interview, where I did reference education for one user over a semester. My second example is my reading map, where I actually collected information literacy of genre fiction. My third example is the TRC user video, where I did user education of available resources at the Teaching Resources Center, which I was going to be a graduate assistant of. This video helped users understand what was available in the TRC so that they could better use it. My fourth example is the online learning resource center that I created, which was created with a WordPress blog, where I created resources or compiled resources for librarians to use as a way of understanding how to better educate their users. My fifth example is that I did a video on searching for articles. Now, I did this video as a tutorial so that students at UNCG could use UNCG's WorldCat Local to find various articles online and then understand where they could find them within the library's collections. Student learning objective number 4 focused on the information needs of all users. First, through my database design class, I created a database to help users access information actually about students in the Library and Information Studies department. However, gaining this understanding of how databases are created and how they are designed helped me understand how I could meet that need for users. My second example of this is that I created a website, a WordPress site actually, that was actually for a fictional library. My third example of this is again my reference interview, where I developed a list of resources for one user. And my fourth example of this is my needs assessment, where I assessed one library needs for the library programming, and then I created a detailed suggestions based on surveys and user feedback to tell the library how they could improve their library programs. Student learning objective number 5, professional development and specialization. My professional development has been the graduate assistantship at TRC, where I gained experience as a librarian in an academic environment. My 3 specializations have been community colleges, adult services, and technology. Through my community college specialization, I have done a collection development, an advocacy and budget analysis plan, and also had a professional development partnership with a librarian at Wake Tech. My adult services focus has been through a genre study course where I did a reading map and also a genre study with various adult users. My 3rd specialization was technology, where I created several websites, including an HTML-based site and a WordPress-based site. Also, I took a database design class where I learned SQL and how to create a database using Access, and also an OAI information transfer on DSpace. The 6th student learning objective is technology. Considering this is one of my specializations, I have many examples of this. Starting with social media, I have created and maintained Facebook, Edmodo, and Twitter accounts for various courses. My 2nd example of this is in my database design course, where I learned how to design a database in Access and use SQL. My 3rd example of this is my many websites that I built. One, the HTML-based website using Dreamweaver and Photoshop, and the WordPress content management site that I built for a fictional library. My 4th example of technology is the many blogs I've made, including my reading map, my genre study blog, and my learning resource center for librarians. Student learning objective number 7 discusses advocacy, marketing, and communication. This began with a flyer that I created for my bibliography or wiki for librarians to find resources about adult literacy. This continued with a community college advocacy and budget analysis, where I advocated using grants to extend the collection of a particular community college. Then, through my needs assessment and treaties on management, I communicated with the users to help build a better library program, and also discussed my entrepreneurial vision and application of marketing and advocacy principles through my ideal library. My last example of this is my community college partnership, where I focused on management and advocacy through a partnership with a librarian at Wake Tech. The 8th student learning objective is that I collaborated towards goals. 3 major team projects show that I did this. My first was my community college advocacy plan and budget analysis, where I worked with the team to develop goals for increasing collections. My 2nd example was a needs assessment, where I collaborated with a group to work towards an institutional strategic goal of improving library programs. My 3rd example of this was my user instruction video for UNCG, where I collaborated with a partner to create an instructional video on how to search for an article on UNCG's WorldCat Local. I'll conclude with my major accomplishments here at UNCG. One has been my technology focus, where I learned how to build websites, learned how to use content management systems, build databases, and learn how to properly use social media in a library setting. My 2nd major accomplishment has been focusing on community colleges. I created the advocacy and budget plan, which helped me greater understand collection development for community college, and also got a window into community college management and administration through my community college partnership at Wake Tech. My 3rd example of accomplishments has been my management and administration focus. My needs assessment for the local public library, High Point Public Library, through my administration management course helped me do this, and also my community college management partnership with Wake Tech. My 4th and probably greatest major accomplishment here at UNCG was outside of my actual courses as a graduate assistantship at the TRC. This really helped me gain experience as an academic librarian and I helped future educators in the process using my education background. These 2.5 years here at UNCG have really helped me prepare to be a librarian, and I hope with this knowledge I will be the best librarian I can be. Thank you.